You see? And that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Because sending slaves one to another. Slave boy and a slave girl with postcards, one to another. Continue on.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
The northern and the southern kingdom. Now jump back to this.
Alright, verse 7 of Ezekiel 37. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bones to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up unto them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus says the power, Yahweh, your power, come from the four winds of breath, and breathe upon these slains, that they might live. Right? So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, exceedingly great army.
Stood up upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Right now.
Good.
Alright? Go back to that.
Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them.
Yeah, this knowledge. Enter into them. Continue on.
And they stood up upon their feet.
You see? And they stood up. What? They come out of the dead state. They come back to their nationality, to the fact that they are Israelites. You know? To the fact that they are Israelites. To Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Praising the true power. You know? Continue on.
Right?
No.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them. All these other nations, because all these nations know who we are. They know that the so-called Latino, Native, and Negroes, Amerindian, the Spanish are the Israelites. They know, starting with the banking elite. They know. So now they see that we're coming out with the truth. Back to our nationality, they're trembling. That's why they try to shut this war down. You can't shut this war down. This war is not of men. This is prophecy. This is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai word. Continue on.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, come up hither.
Verse 11 of Ezekiel 37. Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
These bones are what? The
whole house of Israel.
The whole house of Israel, both kingdoms. Right. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Alright? Continue on.
Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts.
Look at our people today, hopeless. They're calling themselves Africans. They're calling themselves Rastafarians. They're hopeless. You see? They're hopeless. They are no knowledge. They're dead. Give me Proverbs 21 verse 60 now. Proverbs 21 verse 60. Proverbs 21 verse 60.
That is Proverbs 21 verse 50.
Bring it out.
It is joy to the just to do judgment.
Proverbs 21 verse 16.
16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
And the man that wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Which part in the scripture tell you to call yourself Africans, Rastafarians, Muslim? Which part in the scriptures? And nowhere in the scriptures tell you to call yourself that. So if you're calling yourself any other thing, you're in the congregation of the dead. And the Lord will come back and destroy you. Put you to death.
Isaiah 30.
Continue that.
Alright. Verse 12 Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus says your power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you onto the land of Israel.
God, so the Lord, what the Lord is doing, the Lord going to cause his people to come out of that dead state. Come back to their true nationality. Or only the elect of the nation of Israel will come back. And 2/3 going to be put to death. Why? Because they're calling themselves any other thing other than Hebrew Israelites. Continue there.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in the day of the sacrifice of Yahweh, that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such are clothed with strange apparel.
Strange philosophy. The Lord going to punish you. The Lord going to put you to death. Because anything contrary to the scriptures is witchcraft. And the scripture says, suffer a witch not to live. Continue on.
Alright? Verse 12. And therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus says your power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come out of your graves and bring you unto the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am your power when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves.
God, you will know that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is your power. Alright? You will no longer call on Jesus. That's not the Lord's name. The Lord was an Hebrew man. He spoke Hebrew. He had an Hebrew name. His father was Hebrew. His mother was Hebrew. He was so-called dark skin. He wasn't white. So-called red, a Edomite. Where is that in the scriptures? Continue on.
Verse 14. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I will place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I am your power, have spoken it, and formed it. Thus says Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 15. The word of the power came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companion.
God, Judah represent the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Alright? Which is the so-called Negroes, the West Indians, then the Asians. Alright? So one stick for Judah. Why for Judah? Because the kingdom was split. Alright? At the time when King Solomon went off, the kingdom was split in two. You want to get that? Is that 1 Kings? Yeah.
Check it. So it's 11:31. It is 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus, you want to go back up?
Start a couple verses.
And started on.
Cut this fuck up.
This 1 Kings 11 verse 28. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor, and Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph.
And the house of Joseph is the house of Ephraim. Alright, it's interchangeable. Alright?
Verse 29. And it came to pass at that time when Jeroboam went out to Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah and Shilonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment. And they too were alone in the field. And Ahijah caught a new garment that was on him, and rent it in 12 pieces. And he said unto Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee, but ye shall have 1 tribe from my servant David.
Right? That's Benjamin. They didn't want Levi. So Levi went back. Alright? So that's the history of the splitting of the kingdom. Now we continue reading in
verse 16. And behold, thou son of man, take thee 1 stick, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companion. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, and the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companion.
So-called Latinos, the natives, alright, the Amerindians, right, they are from the tribe of Ephraim, no, the northern kingdom, alright, which the head was the tribe of Ephraim. No, continue on.
Verse 17. And join them one to another unto 1 stick, and they shall become one in their land. Right? Verse 17. And join them one to another unto 1 stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
And they shall become one. So what the Lord is doing now is bringing back both kingdoms.
Right.
Alright, together. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And when the children of my people shall speak unto thee, saying, Willest thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus says your power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in thy hand, of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them 1 stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. Verse 20. And the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand, behold it before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus says your power, behold, I will make the children of Israel, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathens, wherewith they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them unto their own land.
So the Lord is gathering his people back right now. Alright? For their true nationality. Right? The Lord is gathering his people back to take us back into our own land. You know, we're coming down to the end of this thing. We're going home. The Israelite is going home. All 12 tribes is going home.
Can't.
Alright, and they're going to come out among every nation. And they're going to be looking like these nations. Why? Because they had sex with their women. And they made babies with their women. You know? See that? Revelation 7. Start at 1.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind...
4 winds of the earth. Play missiles. Right?
Holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
And that's them nuclear destruction. The angels is on the 4 corners of the earth, holding back their missiles from coming. Until the Lord's elect being sealed. Continue.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to earth the earth and the sea, saying, Earth not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
12 from each tribe. You want to read the tribes down now? Jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. To verse 9.
Yeah.
Verse 9. After this I beheld, lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Different tongues, Israelites speaking different language. Out of every nation, they look like every nation. Alright? Before the throne and before the Lamb. They have on white garments. With palms in their hand, which represent victory. You know? Continue on. Here's some more now.
Verse 10. And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth on the throne, and unto the Lamb.
Alright. Verse 22 of Ezekiel 37. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mount of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And there shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided unto two kingdoms anymore, and all.
See?
Verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols.
No worship Yahweh Shai. One God. That's Selassie, right? Selassie going in slavery, bro. The Lord gonna put it to death for what he did to his people. You know? Continue.
Nor with any of these transgressions, but I will place. But I will. Verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
No? The Lord can deliver his people. You know, that's like 2/3 of our people got to die. You know, jump Tom. Zechariah 30, verse 8. You need some judgment.
It says Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2/3 of the nation of Israel going to cut off and die. 2/3 the Latinos, the natives, the Negroes, and so-called Amerindians, Spanish, whatever by word you call yourself. Alright? Once you're an Israelite, you're going to cut off and die. Alright? 2/3. Continue on.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said Yahweh.
16 verse 1.
16:1. Jeremiah 16 and verse 16 and 1. The word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither thou shalt have sons or daughters in this place.
Continue.
For thus saith the Lord, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, concerning the fathers that begot them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths.
What the Lord said?
They shall die of grievous deaths.
They're going to die of grievous death, of famine. Alright? Rape, murder. And martial law start. Police gonna be shooting you, putting bullets in your head. You gonna can't eat. Once you ain't get this knowledge, continue on. Okay.
See, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. And they shall
Where's dung? Dung is shit. You gonna be at your dead body's gonna be like dung upon the face of the earth. Everybody gonna be running, screaming, looking for help. You gonna run for your pastors. You gonna call on who? Sweet Jesus? On Selassie? Him, none of them gonna save you. Continue on.
face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword.
The guy shall be consumed by the sword. And who is the sword? Who is the sword? Give me Psalms 17 verse 30 now. They shall be consumed by the sword. Give me Ezekiel 21. Start from the 5th verse. Hold that for me, right?
Psalm 17 and 13?
Yeah.
It says Psalm 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
The wicked, which is thy sword. And who is the wicked? Give me Malachi 1 and 4.
This is Malachi 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished.
Edom is the so-called white people today. The word Edom, go back to the root word Adawam, which means red. They are not white, they are red. Alright? They was cursed with leprosy. They get their pigment taken away. Their blood, they have translucent flesh, whereby their blood
translucent.
Their blood through their skin. You know? Yeah.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
And so these so-called white people are the borders of wickedness. They are the sword of the Lord. Alright, they are the wicked according to the Bible. And with that sword there, the Lord is putting in that man, in their mind, starting with the banking elite, to destroy you so-called Negroes, Latinos and natives. To put a lot of you to death. We all know the what you call them? The kill squad from the U.S. Marine. There's about, how much of them? 2 truckload coming in secretly. Martial law, this place about to get wild. To put a lot of you to death. I was looking to see if there is any news on they coming into this country, and there is none. You know why? Because they're coming here secretly. Yeah. Some joking. Where are you there? You continue reading that. Continue reading that.
I shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven.
Yeah, their carcasses is going to be meat for the fowls of heaven.
And for the beasts of the earth.
And for the beasts, God's going to eat you. You think the Lord is all love? You think this Bible is all love? The Lord hates. The Lord hates evil, wickedness. And for that, the Lord gonna kill. They're gonna be mass murders in this land. In the 4 corners of the earth, they're gonna be mass murders. Who did that? Isaiah 66 verse 50. Ask you over you get. You have to continue somewhere there. Verse 50. You will in our place.
Isaiah 66 verse 15. It says, for behold, Jehovah will come with fire, and with his chariots
like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Continue,
Verse 16.
And where's that? There's the so-called UFOs. The Lord gonna come back with the so-called UFOs. You know? Which is the chariots of Israel. Alright? The Lord ain't gonna come on no clouds. He's gonna come with a so-called UFO. When they say it's alien spacecraft, the Lord is coming back with that. That's recorded in the Bible. That's why they make movies about them. Where they get that from? They get that from the scriptures. And then they say green-haired men from Mars is dwelling in them. There are the angels in them. There are dark-skinned men with big beards and afro. There ain't no green men from Mars.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh.
With fire and with sword, what? These chariots, they're gonna shoot out laser beams. Alright? And destroy a lot of these people. Like you see in the movie, what do you call that movie? With Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible?
Not Mission Impossible. Yeah, and it also got a new series come out on Netflix called Extinct. Yeah, but it literally there was this he looked like from the Northern Kingdom. He was getting he was getting dreams. And the first thing come to my mind was Joel 2. And he was telling the woman, but she didn't believe it. Joel 2:20, when he said that I will pour dreams and vision upon your sons and daughters, when the Lord said that. And they didn't believe. She thought he was crazy. And then guess what? He went and he bought a telescope. While she was going to the... She told him that if he don't go and get help, alright? She was pissed. She was on him to go and get help. And when he was going to the... What do you call it? Therapist?
Yeah.
Right? When he reached in the office, there was this other fella that was there. And he was like, hey, they think that we are crazy. They're trying to destroy us. That's why they're trying to erase our mind. Let me tell you, then he get up one time and he went out the place and he went and buy a telescope. And he went home back and he told his wife that he didn't worry, do it. Alright, he's saying, I know that I'm not crazy. You know, and then when he was outside looking up, then so chariots out the sky, one after the other. Destroy, they start ducking and hiding. That's how the Lord gonna return. The Lord ain't coming on no white clouds. It's sweet Jesus to give everybody a kiss. The Lord is coming back to kill and to deliver his elect. Continue on.
And the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
What's that?
And the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
The slain of the Lord gonna be many. It ain't gonna be few, it's gonna be many. 2/3 heathens. They ain't gonna bury, they're gonna be like dungs upon the earth. Because you're gonna be running for your life. You ain't gonna know what to do, but guess what? You're gonna remember these men that was on the street. You're gonna be looking for them, but you won't find them. What was the name that man was calling on? Selassie? No, the man was calling on them. He's sitting on Selassie for me right now.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the power.
Break it down, man. Break it down here.
Read it back out, Salakia.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine flesh,
So all these people, you know, the mass multitude, you know, that are being self-righteous in their own wicked deeds, you know, sanctifying themselves, eating swine's flesh, which is what? Pork. Alright? And the scriptures clearly tell you that you shouldn't eat pork. You know? But these other doctrines and religions teach you about sanctifying and blessing eat. But there's no such thing. Alright? They are clean meat and there's unclean meat. Go on up.
And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, so all of them that eating the wild meat, you know, the pork and what's not, the Lord gonna consume them with what? With fire.
Yeah, precept. This is. Yeah.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 12. Yeah, Ethiopians also shall be slain by the sword.
Yeah, all the Ethiopians gonna die by the sword.
Bring it out.
You know what? The Ethiopians have sold us into slavery.
Done.
The Ethiopians have put us on them slave ships.
Done.
So the Lord said, all you Ethiopians gonna be slain by the sword. Read that back, huh?
Right. Zephaniah 2 and verse 12. Yeah, Ethiopians also, they shall be slain by the sword.
Yeah, all the Ethiopians gonna be slain with the sword.
Yeah,
Continue on your precept.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 16 and verse 5. For thus said the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament, nor bemoan them.
God, so the Lord tell us, hey, when you see these people start dying, don't mourn for them. Don't lament for them. You know? That's how dread the Lord is. Because what we've been warning you. The Lord sent out this man early, before the destruction even come. Stand with the apostles and the elders at GMS. They've been doing this thing for 30 years. We out there, week in and week out. So the Lord tell us, don't mourn for them. Let them die. Continue, huh?
For I have taken away my peace from this people, saith Yahweh.
So the Lord say, taking away his peace from this people. Continue, huh?
Even loving kindness and mercy.
God, for the Lord gonna kill without mercy. The God gonna kill women, children, grandmothers, grandfathers, babies. The Lord gonna kill you once you in with the Lord. Give me Ezekiel 9 and 4. Huh? You get it? Yeah.
No, I get Jeremiah. Bring it out. This is Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentile